Alright, so now I'm in the garage. Whatever this is, shower room, but so the app's working. That's amazing to me. It's a couple of different versions of it available. So if you're an independent courier contractor, you don't want to go through my Stripe, my credit card payment. I can either set you up with your own Stripe account, or you can just rely on your Pay ID. Now, I was just thinking that probably works. Pay ID is really good for an independent contractor because you can quickly open your bank account and you can see who's paid and who hasn't. And they have the invoice number there, right? So, first, you got an email with the details of the deliveries, the person, their address, everything, right? Then you can just in the morning before you leave, you go, yep, this person's paid, this person's paid, this person, well, when I arrive, they're going to pay me cash. Or just simply with the card. So with I think you could do the telephone. You put them together like you can in everywhere else in the world. But that makes so much sense, right? So Pay ID is what most people are going to need. I don't think Stripe is really helpful if you're an independent courier. It's more like for one major company that takes all the revenue and then gives you a little bit of it. What is it like? Somebody in the courier industry told me it's like the courier driver gets a few percent, it's not a lot, 30% or something. Why? They're doing all, the app, you need someone to monitor it and to make sure that it's working 100%. And if they can not be involved in the full, in like everything else, if the responsibility is given to the courier driver to call the client and tell them they're on their way, agreed upon time, no problem, and they take payment, then why, the business shouldn't be getting like 70% of the revenue. They should be getting like 30% to manage the app and to make sure that the person who manages that is getting paid as well. That, to me, is a better system. And I know I'm going to go over this again and again and again, but imagine someone just types into the app, I want to get something delivered from, I'm here on the Gold Coast side, from Labrador to Southport. Okay, it's a small box, this size box. Okay, we can have an urgent order that adds an extra, $20 to the price. If it's a large box, it'll be an extra $20. If it's a small box. Now, the box size, it's the Bunnings size, 52L. And that Australia Post size is L. Now that's for car couriers. But if you're a bicycle courier and you're only going to do smaller boxes that will fit in those, those black boxes you can buy, I think the food delivery guys have it. Well, then the conditions will be a little bit smaller. So if you're a bicycle courier and somebody contacts and says, I need these documents immediately delivered from Surfers Paradise to Miami, okay, or maybe just Surfers Paradise to the other end of Surfers Paradise, but they've got their staff working and they don't want to bother them. Then again, it'll be $3 a kilometre. That's pretty good, plus GST. I think everybody will be collecting all the couriers will be collecting GST because they'll be making. There's a couple of them are doing it now. They've told me they're making double what they made with the courier business, but also they have this on side with the courier business because they pick up stuff along the way. It's like a no-brainer to them, and they get paid a lot more. And it's used, and they say they actually receive a lot more cash in hand than through people direct deposit. So, when you think about this, you turn up to pick up a parcel, then you ask for the cash. What if they don't give it? You don't take the parcel, but they need it delivered. So of course they're going to. That's why I actually made it so that you have the option of credit card or just cash in hand or pay ID or just pay direct deposit. If you want to give out your full bank account details, you can. It's totally customizable because I made it that way. And you're not locked in to any courier company. And that's, it's your own thing. And you can be doing this all day. You can be doing inventory for different stores. And another reason why I did this is I have a Renault Kangoo van which can carry about 800 kilograms of stuff. And when I spoke to a courier company, I said, yeah, I should be doing this too. They said, no, we only take 1 ton and over, or 2 ton vans. And I said, what about deliveries, in a small, tiny area like the Gold Coast, like within the built-up parts like Southport and Surfers? What do you do there? They go, doesn't care. We just get a 1 ton, 2 ton. People will go out and rent them. Why can't, and then the Uber drivers would be driving their cars, but Uber takes 50%, or no, more than that, don't they? So I was thinking, well, what about if somebody has a nice Renault Kangoo like me and want to stay within, so I'm in Southport 4215, but I only want to pick up things from 4215, maybe 4214, which is is that Ashmore? And maybe I'll pick up things from 4213, but maybe I'll just pick around there. So if somebody contacts the app and goes, I live in Southport and I want this delivered to Ashmore, well, it will select me because I as the courier have already selected that I will only work these postcodes. So, and I'll only work these specific times. Uber, you've got to be all day, on the go, ready to go. And somebody told me, they showed me what they were making on Uber, and it was a crime. Not even $1 a kilometre. He said, for what I'm doing where I am, that's why I'm still in a share home and I can't afford my own rent. And he's still on what is it called? What's it called? Welfare Australia, Welfare Australia, Services Australia, isn't it? Sorry. And he, so my rate is basically the Uber rate, but the courier keeps it. They give me I charge them a subscription fee to manage the service, the app. That's simple. So we should have 1,000 people around Australia on this, building up the database, getting all those beautiful inquiries coming in, so we can each have our own businesses. That would just be a fantastic thing to organise. so still got to clean up all here. This is a real dirty little thing here. So man, this thing, I just keep thinking, you know, Uber really does scam the drivers. This is really about you being in charge. I should be able to get 1,000 people around Australia onto this really quickly, and we should be able to make a lot of money together and just take out these massive companies that come in to our country, send the money back overseas, like Uber, when we should be making the money here, spending the money here, investing it back in Australia. I mean, eventually the couriers that come on board could actually then outsource their work to other people as well. You know, they get $3 a kilometre, they could give the other driver, you know, $2.30 an hour. Or maybe just, you know, yeah, $2.50 that an hour. But they could, but what's happening is the drivers are keeping more money in their own pockets, and it's staying in this country, and that's just fantastic. Because, you know, I'm sick of, I really am sick of foreign companies coming in and they send their money back overseas, and it should be spent here in Australia. Great country, this. And I think everybody at the end of the day wants this country to prosper, you know, and do well for itself. So yeah, let's get this stuff going. Message me and check out my website, itsasimplejob.com. I've got to update it, but it's working. All right, I've got to keep cleaning up.